Hello, beautiful people. It is March 9th, 2023. Joseph McDonald here, and today I just wanted to speak to you a little bit about leveraging. Thank you, Nathan, for this wonderful idea. I hope you're having a fantastic time in Thailand. Thank you for all your videos, and here is my little contribution to you and the world at large, talking about leveraging. So, starting right off with the definition of leveraging. Use borrowed capital for an investment, expecting the profits to be greater than the interest payable. So you take out a loan, say of $5,000, and the interest is 5%. Well, if you can take that and make 8%, you have leveraged that money really well. And so that would be a positive form of leveraging. However, we're going to talk about the other definition of leveraging more so today, and that is using something to maximize advantage. So in everything you do, you can use leveraging through your personal life, but more so, we're going to focus a little bit more about your career, your business, your jobs, where you can use leveraging to move forward and get more for your time, get more for your efforts. In every opportunity, there is an opportunity to leverage. So let's start with a very simple example. You're looking to get your first job. Your first job might be at somewhere really fancy, or say a golf course, but you don't have any experience. They reject you. So what do? You go get whatever job you can, and now using that job that you have, you can reapply to the job you want, and they might take you a little more serious this time. And using that leverage point of that entry level job you found, you might be more desirable, and therefore the golf course or this fancy place will hire you with a greater likelihood. You can also use this, of course, with negotiating wages. I'm working as a dishwasher at point A for $12 an hour. I see point B is hiring a dishwasher at $12.50 an hour. Well, guess what, point A? You can either match me at $12.50, or I'm going to go over there to point B where I know I'm going to get $12.50. That's leveraging. It's very important for anybody that's really serious about their time, their efforts, their energy, and moving forward to always be using leverage points to move forward in everything that you do. Very important. So if you remember when you were a kid playing on the playground, there's a piece of playground equipment called a seesaw. And that seesaw is two seats on the end of a pole, and in the middle is your leverage point. So here would be the pole, and then here would be your leverage point, and this is what you can do with it. So you want to use that leverage point to maximize profits and minimize costs. And you can do this, like I said, in everything that you do. I've had the great opportunity in my career to do this, as when I was 25, I didn't have too many leverage points. So what I did was I got a part-time job as a mover, and I was looking at other part-time opportunities, and I started my consultancy, and I said, I'll work for you based on the value that I generate. You will pay me that. Like, I'll work for you for free, but you pay me based on the value I generate for you. And so to have people start giving me, $50+ an hour, that created some brand new leverage points for me, where now I had the opportunity to use that to say, hey, my time is pretty valuable. Like, this is what I need to come do that. And so by the time I was 26, I had that very established leverage point. I had some fixed opportunities. But more than that, as a life coach and a consultant, what you learn to do is create value for yourself. And so you can use this value that you create for yourself to make value for other people. I know another consultant that was doing very well in investing, and he had a lot of different things going on, and he was telling me that his personal time was making him $80+ an hour. So when people called him, he'd have to say, I need a minimum of 100 an hour, because I'm going to make 80 an hour just sitting on the couch doing my own work. And so you can do this too. If you learn to create equity for yourself, you can use that as a leverage point. If you're always growing your skills, always upping your education, these give you greater leverage. You can use that to move forward to get more opportunities for yourself. This is also very important with investing. So I've invested in every opportunity I could find with my time, but also with my money. And that includes TFSAs and RSPs and standard, obviously you can start with where the bank will give you like what, 1% for your savings account. I guess that's where everyone has to sort of start when they're a young person, if they don't have the privilege of having better leverage points. But as you will find, TFSAs and RSPs, they can make a greater percentage. And if you know how to use the stock market and cryptocurrency, you can create greater leverage points. Private loans, personal loans, those can also be quite profitable. And so you can look at all of these different investment opportunities and compare them and leverage the ones you have for the ones that you want. So I had a decently performing TFSA making 6 to 8% a year. And what I found was that wasn't enough for me because I had opportunities making me 10 or 12% a year. And so it's very important to maintain your risk and awareness of the yearly fluctuations and the market. But in general, you want to minimize your risk and maximize your profit, and you can leverage both of those concepts and compare things to continue to move forward. Likewise with your career, you can continue to move forward by always being aware of what your job's paying you where you're at, what your job's paying you somewhere else, so that you can constantly compete your business with other businesses to say, hey, if I was over there, I'd be getting paid more. You have to get to that level for me. And so this is a fairly decent understanding of leveraging, but let's bring this a little bit further and let's talk about cost accounting. So I took accounting in college, and I have a diploma in accounting, and my favorite part of accounting was a part called cost accounting. And cost accounting is very cool because it helps you look at the marginal cost of your time. So what that allows you to do is say, hey, I have to drive an hour to work each day. Well, now that 25 an hour I'm getting paid here, where I have to drive an hour each way to work, I'd factor that in and I realize, whoa, I'm actually, much lower than 25 an hour if I consider that travel time and that travel cost. I could be making more an hour at 20 or 21 an hour in my hometown where my commute is just a minute. I don't have as much cost of my time. I don't have as much cost of my fuel. And so this is cost accounting. This is analyzing the more detailed picture of what you're putting into something for what you're getting out of it. Very interesting in cost accounting is the cost of production. So looking at food costs, the cost of time, the cost of materials, bring those all into play should be part of your leveraging map, your leveraging picture. And so it's very important to be aware of these factors when you're leveraging. Maybe your employer doesn't really have an opportunity to factor that in. Maybe they're just going, hey, this position is 25 an hour and this other business is going to pay 27 an hour. Maybe we have to reach there. But for you yourself, you always need to be aware of your cost when you're looking to leverage, because of course you want to maximize your time, your efforts, your energy, and reduce costs as part of that picture. Leveraging can also be applied to other concepts as well. For me, I studied philosophy when I was 18, and so hedonism is this idea of maximizing pleasure and minimizing pain. You can leverage your personal life activities as well. And so you can always try to maximize your opportunities in your personal world by going, well, this activity will do X, Y, and Z for me. Let's compare that to this activity. And so you could get too serious about doing that. You wouldn't want to do that all the time because it would be quite robotic and ridiculous. But you can definitely use it to help you make decisions that'll benefit you in the long run. With even health practices, what's the benefit of stretching versus the benefit of not stretching? What's that comparative? And my time, my benefit, my healing practices, do I prefer yoga? Do I prefer Qigong? I can leverage the two together and see which one I feel is more fruitful for my time and my efforts. And so I hope this has been a fair picture of leveraging for you. so that you too can take what you have and use it to gain more of what you want. I definitely recommend everybody keeps an eye on their leveraging opportunities, and wherever possible, always compare apples to apples so that you're getting the most out of your time, the most out of your value. And when you get that more complete picture, definitely it's harder, but it's important. You got to compare the risk levels of things, the market trends of things, and do what you can to maximize every dollar, every moment, every bit of energy that you spend in this world. I hope this has been valuable for you. I hope this has been informative. If you have any questions or comments, I'm of course here for you. If you need some private consulting around your own leveraging, I'd be happy to do that. I just want everyone to get the best out of everything that they possibly can. All the love in the universe. Sincerely yours, Joseph McDonald. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining me on this talk about leveraging. Stay well.